Peace, 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 family. How are you all doing? I hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. Today, I will be discussing the weekly astrology for May 23rd to May 30th. I really like this week, selfishly, because it's my birthday on the 25th, and there's a new moon in Gemini on the 30th. Like, hello, it's going to be the best week ever. Oh my gosh, I just had to say that out loud. But I'm feeling really good about this week, though. And so we'll start the week off with the moon in Pisces, right where we left off. And then we're still in eclipse season where things can be a little bit haywire and bonky, or wonky rather. Not to mention, we still have Mercury retrograde in Taurus as of the 22nd, which would have been Sunday. And so I'd say that we'll even start to feel the craziness of the Mercury retrograde even more this week. And we'll start to feel more of both eclipses, both in Taurus and Scorpio more this week, and even more each and every week as we move out of the retrograde energy. So very we're warming up here. We're warming up to all the things that I've been speaking about, I feel like, since the Libra full moon, where things are really gonna, people are gonna come out of their shell, if you will, and initiate that Aries energy. They are going to take a risk, shoot their shots, all of that Aries energy that I have been talking about since March, and when Aries season began. So again, no shame in going back and looking through all those videos if you're not a note taker. I should start saying that instead of consistently telling people to go back to the videos. Take notes, guys. That's a more effective way to do this. When you hear something that resonates with you, make sure you're taking notes. And then when I talk about them again, you can go back to your notes so you'll know. I bet you 9 times out of 10, that thing that you wrote down is going to be highly triggered in your life. So, or activated might be a better word. I don't want to trigger people. Yeah, I think things are going to be a little all over the place, but I think it's going to be in a good way if you're doing the work, right? If you're doing the work, this isn't going to be that bad. I promise you. You're going to love the heck out of this energy. So before we go any further, family, please like, share if you feel like this information resonates with you and resonates with anybody else. Hit the subscription button if you haven't already, and hit the notifications bell so that you can be notified every time we go live. And if you're looking for a life path reading at this time, more clarity on your path, like coaching at this time, you can send me an email at info@awayoflife.net. All right. So Monday, the sun will be in harmony with Jupiter. So sun in Gemini now, and Jupiter in Aries. This is a great combination. Aries and Gemini are like the two children of the in the zodiac. You ever see two kids playing just as jolly as can be in a play yard? I mean, nobody can depict that they would be Aries or Gemini, but that's very Aries and Gemini-like energy. And it's in harmony, so it's good. This is, the sun always highlights things. So I'm pretty sure the sun in Gemini will be highlighting Jupiter and Aries things. And so this can be very social, networking, connections, outgoing, upbeat, optimistic about any kind of business. Both Gemini and Aries are very much about business. Gemini is about administration, your vocational skills, marketing, and siblings, neighbors, and community. Even travel. Both signs rule travel. Gemini is short distance travel. Jupiter is long distance travel. And so both of these themes can be highlighted. This can also be about studying and learning to become any kind of business entrepreneur, mentorship even, or getting guidance from a guru even. This could also be your changing your beliefs, worldviews, culture, in your work life or in your day-to-day responsibilities, errands, things of that nature. A philosophy around work or something that you have that you're changing, switching up. Definitely about revision, revising. I'd even say more book smarts than studying and learning educational wise, like going to school, or maybe even perhaps doing a short course that might take a longer period of time. So this could be like a coaching course. Maybe it's about a year, but you only do like one semester a month, if that makes sense. Because Gemini is about short things, but Jupiter is about long term. But because we're moving into the age of knowledge of self, self-made, self-learned, with this Aries energy, these are going to be the shift that we'll see in education. So people learning, but they might be doing more of the learning on their own, from their own experiences in life. Things of that nature. Like there's definitely going to be a culture or an air of change around the way we learn and the way we entrepreneur. So we may be feeling lucky, making plans to travel. If you're publishing, teaching, speaking, and learning, again, taking any kind of short courses over a long period of time for those things can be something that you're working on, thinking about, reevaluating, revisiting, revising at this time. If you have any, especially if you're learning anything about spirituality, by the way, this is going to bring more opportunities, perhaps. And I say that because Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces. And so spirituality are heavily emphasized here. And I should say religion too, just in case, even though I don't, I don't know. I think religion might be getting a little bit of backlash. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out. But if you have any legal issues, they can go in your favor at this time. Again, things with siblings, daily responsibilities will get accomplished. And then Mercury will align with Mars. So Mercury's in retrograde in Taurus, and Mars not quite. Oh, yes. Mars moves into Aries. So Mars in Aries is, learning, mastering your skills and talents, budgeting. So again, it could be a course that you have to take that ends up being more long-term, but they're short courses because of the expenses, right? So this could be saving for a course or some kind of educational program, or to invest in mastering your skills and talents. It could be around materialism, but because it's Aries here. If this is not you, changing your appearance, your style, your hair, your look overall, how you show up to the world, then this is definitely going to be you either investing in a website, redoing a website, revising a website, or it could be like a cooking restaurant, any kind of family business or events, event planning business. These things could be up for review. Or this could be, again, going back to materialism, where you're just enjoying the finer things in life, so, this could be short distance travel to networking events, maybe wineries, wine tastings. It could be restaurants, but high class restaurants here. Good food, real good food, good pure food, like things that are from farm to table, things like that. This could even be around some kind of farming or agriculture. Learning about it, studying it, or there's some interest there around it, doing things with your hands. Yeah, this could definitely be gardening, some gardening going on. It is springtime, right? For sure. I'm trying to think of what other kind of themes could be coming up with this, but it could be finances or value in some way, shape, or form. Your self-worth, self-value. You're learning how to elevate that, or trying to attract people who can do that for you. Either way, Mars is going to give you the courage to take a risk on something from the past. We're talking about retrogrades here. So going on an adventure and going after what you want are going to be themes that are going to be activated on Monday. Okay. And then Tuesday, the moon moves into Aries. This is more action-oriented energy. Venus will be in harmony with Saturn. You may be trying something new, especially in relationships. So moon moves into Aries. Let's see, moon in Aries is all about the self, knowledge of self, learning about yourself. Again, this could be you changing your look in some kind of way. But really focusing on what it is that you want, what's going to bring you more value. Again, this could be upgrading a website or your style, your look, changing your style, hairstyle. Maybe losing weight, gaining weight, so working out here. Or you're taking the initiative towards your goals, or becoming a leader in some way, shape, or form. And then Venus will be in harmony with Saturn. So Venus is currently in Aries, emphasizing that self. So again, beautifying your values, your self-worth. This could be getting more money, starting something that's going to bring you in more money. With Saturn. Now, it says harmony, but wherever Saturn is, just have to always remember that Saturn is always delving out lessons, right? And so this is about being responsible around yourself. And so with Venus here, this is how you being mindful, analyzing, assessing how you relate to others, right? Because Venus is the opposite of Aries. And so this is always going to be about you and how you relate to others, you and how you relate to your money. And since we're talking about Aries here, this can definitely be you and how you relate to making smart decisions, thinking things through, becoming strategic, not being selfish, and how to be a better leader. Okay? So being responsible, mature, and mastering your emotions here when it comes to other people, how they affect you. Is there something that you can change, or is it that they have to change? How do you figure those things out? This could be some kind of mediator situation going on here, legal stuff. It could be counseling, right? Some kind of mentorship, authority issues. So again, if you're a boss and you're experiencing any kind of backlash for who you are, this is gonna show you where you need to change and do better. Or you could lose your job. Or, some kind of reprimanding comes from out of something like this. Or you have to fire somebody for being disrespectful. Or just leave a job overall. But ultimately, this is about aligning with people who are where you are at. Okay, so maybe trying something new in relationships, meeting new interesting people, networking, again, events, finding groups of people that align with you. And this could be long-term relationship goals, and it doesn't have to be just romantic. Okay. It could also be contracts and agreements too. Okay, and then Mars, enters Aries, taking action on all things from the past. Yeah, so definitely going to have to address the past because everything's still in retrograde when Mars moves into Aries. So wrapping up any last minute things. So anything new that's been started since March 20th, to be honest. Anything new that came in from then, especially from the time that Jupiter entered into Aries, which would have been on the 10th. Any new opportunities might get put on hold once Mars moves into Aries, because Mars is going to backtrack and tie up loose ends before we can move forward with anything new, because we're still in retrograde. And then June 3rd, give or take a week or two after June 3rd. Okay, I have to say that just in case something doesn't go as planned and people get upset. You have to understand that when a planet shifts from one motion to another, it stops. It'll literally stop and then start to pick up speed in the opposite direction, right? So whenever you hear astrology say something like a planet is stationed, that means it's stopped, right? And preparing to move in an opposite direction. So on June 3rd, Mercury will station, and then it'll proceed to stop moving direct. And so you have to imagine that planet is building up speed, give or take 2 weeks before it actually gets to its normal speed, before things start, really going. But nonetheless, June 3rd is the day. And so you start moving forward with all the new opportunities at that time. And so Wednesday, Mercury will be in harmony with Pluto. Mercury is in Taurus still, will be in harmony with Pluto. I like this. I like this energy a lot because these are both earth signs and we're in motion, in direct motion. So that means everything that we've been working on that's coming back through at this time, we're solidifying it in reality, in the 3D, in the material world. So this is gifts, you know, real action and things that are tangible that you can really work with, and one step at a time, brick by brick here with the Taurus energy is putting one foot in front of the other, right? And taking things one day at a time. So if you have any goals, Pluto and Capricorn, like a board, a vision board, or, you know, whatever, you can start to begin to see some of those things you've been working on that maybe perhaps might have felt like they slowed down, change and shift, into the material. Mercury and Taurus, these are, again, just stepping into something and taking action to figure it out and get things done. That's literally how you gain confidence in doing something, but from doing it over and over again. Taurus is good with that, and especially Taurus and Mercury. You can go back to my Taurus and Mercury video where I broke all that down just to get a refresher of what can be coming up for you. This could also be things around money. If money's been slow, this will speed that up. Or receiving money for your skills and talents, whether that's work or a business, or again, any kind of high ticketed items that maybe perhaps you've had in play, you'll start to see and reap the rewards for that. Yeah, so interested in studying and learning, researching and planning around your purpose in life. You can be changing a career or changing some things around in your business. You can be revisiting authority issues or simply gaining recognition, a promotion, or getting a raise or a new job altogether, which would change your responsibilities in some way. And so then Thursday, the moon in Aries is going to be in harmony with Saturn. And so taking initiative on the newer things. Now, I think I did the Scorpio full moon total lunar eclipse video, and I talked about this energy of Saturn. Saturn kind and Capricorn kind of represents the old, and Saturn, which is currently in Aquarius right now, represents the new. And so you could be overcoming your fears around this new journey that you're on, becoming a leader, making new goals, especially around a career or business, or mastering your knowledge of self, who you are, what you want, where you're going. And what does that look like? You know, what are your new aligned relationships going to look like? And stand on that unapologetically. Again, because Saturn is in Aquarius, this is definitely going to have a lot to do with the groups that you belong to, your friendships, your associates, people you hang with because you choose to, social media interactions, groups online, but they don't have to be. They can be in person. You know, your soul tribe, essentially, your long-term goals, and yeah, it could be work too, some things around work too. Okay, Friday, the moon moves into Taurus. This is a little bit more laid back and relaxed, a steady routine, eating comfort food, finger food. and getting out in nature for sure. And then Saturday, the moon will conjunct Uranus. So moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus. This could be some unexpected changes that helps you get unstuck, or shocking events that come up that can shift and change your life in crazy ways. I definitely think on a global scale, we might hear something around investments, taxes, money, banks, because we've been kind of waiting for that energy to come through already. We can definitely hear something about that. This could be new apps and new technology around money, or sharing money, or how you can spend money, right? That could be a thing with this transit. Or purchasing things online. Shared things, shared crops, shared farming, shared gardens. Those things should be talked about, but I doubt if they will be. Uranus, being the ruler of Aquarius, is all those shared things, and it's Taurus, the minimalists. So it wants you to not consume things that you don't need for like pollution purposes, and like over excessiveness. It's like unnecessary, especially when it comes to like the ecosystem and the earth and how we take care of the earth, and like earth consciousness here, right? So it's not about like, ooh, I can't be rich, or I can't have money, or it's not, it doesn't have anything to do with that. You can still be a millionaire and be a minimalist, right? You can still be a millionaire and have just one car. Like, do you need 7 cars, right? It's just about asking, and it's going to be about what that looks like to you, what you're comfortable with, and being realistic about that. But that's what Taurus and Uranus want us to focus on, right? Because Aquarius, Uranus is like Captain Planet. So if it's too much and it's hurting the earth, well, I'm going to leave that up to you to assess and understand the way that you need to. Because, this country really doesn't sell that kind of common sense. So, I'm going to leave that there. Venus goes into Taurus the same day, which is really going to support everything that I just said and any other Taurus and Uranus type topics. I'd be willing to bet that there'd be some pretty unsettling emotions and reactions to people who might be trying to do these things in this country. Oh boy. We'll see. Okay, yeah. So this is getting a lot more grounded in relationships, romance, money, and your values. Definitely Venus and Taurus is a time, especially coming out of a retrograde, if you've been having relationship issues and you get the opportunity to really solidify them while Venus is in Taurus, that relationship's a keeper. Okay. Sunday, the moon goes void, then moves into Gemini. And so Gemini. This is also the same day as the new moon in Gemini. So this is outgoing, socializing, connecting, networking, negotiating, running errands, short trips, siblings, neighbors, cars, things with cars, anything around a car, anything that you were dealing with while Mercury was retrograde in Gemini you'll get the opportunity to revisit in the right way this time around if it wasn't the right way the first time around. Mars will conjunct Jupiter. So Mars and Aries, Jupiter and Aries, this is progress with any old plans. Yep, so everything's moving forward now. All the new stuff, you'll get to start to get some forward movement with you'll definitely get the clarity. How about I put it like that? Because we're still in May 30th. I did do monthlies for May, and I think I did like I put a lot of information in those videos. To give you as much information as possible to know around these eclipse, because it's eclipse season. That's my specialty. Out of all the transits, because that's your life purpose as a career and business coach, these are the things that I value the most. And so I've given you a bunch of information on all of those so that you can delegate and make choices as needed. So, yes, you will start to see the clarity on all your old plans, but still feeling upbeat and optimistic with any projects. And then Mercury will be in harmony with Jupiter, which is even better. Plan and study and learn and travel, culture, beliefs, philosophy, your worldview changing here. Just overall genuine good forward movement on all those blessings that Jupiter is just waiting to delve out in whatever area of life this is playing out for you, and so that you can kindly move forward with your goals and reap the rewards. So you can also go back to my Jupiter and Aries video to watch that one and get some more information on what you can expect from that. So, family, as usual, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.